Hey MGTOWs, this is Vention. I finally got the mole problem solved now that I'm leaving the house. I found these things on Amazon. They're little solar powered repellers. Can you hear it? Periodically it makes that sound and it absolutely drives moles nuts, and I haven't seen a single new molehill pop up since I put these things in. So that's $100, and this is a half-acre property, and so far no mole activity. I mean, I've got them spread all the way down there and a couple over there, some in the front yard. Good times. I got my dad's old Hulk that when he bought his new car, he stuck the old one in the back. That's the thing about having a lot of space. You tend to fill it up. So anyway, we were messing with this thing, dead battery. Then we were getting spark, but the spark plugs were not wet. So we couldn't get the thing to light off. And so I hooked up my fuel pressure gauge, and we had no fuel pressure. And then my dad came up with the idea of putting some fuel in. So somehow, over the winter, we lost enough fuel somehow that it is now empty. So maybe somebody siphoned it. Who knows? So we put a few gallons in and fired it up. Now we're going to get that thing out of here. I'm in the process of shedding assets, just getting rid of stuff. But now the Bitcoin price is coming up so nicely that if it keeps going, like maybe 8-9 grand or something, the pressure will pretty much be off. I will pretty much no longer need the lower cost of living of Mexico. I could quite possibly retire right here. So it's kind of, but I think I'll probably do it anyway, but I won't do it as absolutely have to do it right now thing. I might take a few road trips around the country and stuff like that, and take my time getting my dad established in his new place, and stuff like that. Boy, I have been sick. I had like I had two big nasty chest colds. One of them was clearly the flu, and then I was okay for a week, and then I got another nasty chest cold, and it was really nasty, but I didn't have the chills and the fever, so that means that it was just a cold rather than the flu. And then I got this, you can hear it all over town, people coughing, and I got that little crud still coming out of my lungs just a little bit. But I've been using my secret weapon, that colloidal silver vapor in a nebulizer. That seems to break up the bacteria infection, and I'm starting to come back pretty good. So I'm back on this again. My scooter had the master cylinder, or the cylinder for the front brake here was frozen. Basically, it was half closed like so, and then I couldn't get it to come out, so I had to basically pull all of this off and then just bang on the thing, and then it freed up. So that's taken care of. Now I'm gonna throw the cowling back on, and then I'll get a couple of batteries for my remote control so that I can put it on the video when I advertise it. I'll be able to do the auto start thing, and then probably get a better shot at selling this thing for a good price. So I'll get one more thing out of here. So basically, I'm still shedding assets. I'm trying to liquidate stuff so that with the eventual intention that I'll be able to condense everything down to one backpack and one suitcase, and then I'll be able to I will be as free as a guy can possibly be in this world. And so I'll be able to go anywhere and do pretty much anything. So yeah, good times. So yeah, pretty much over that cold. I had a guy come through the house, you know, looking at it, seeing if he wanted to buy it, and it looks like he might. But if I'm giving him till the end of the month, and if he gives me an offer by then, I will go with him for the price that we've already negotiated. And if he doesn't, I'm going to probably hit a real estate agent. I know a couple of guys at work who can hook me up, and then I might even get a little more for it. But the benefit of the other guy is that he's a renter guy. Basically, he owns he owns the next door neighbor, their house, and he will turn around and rent the house back to me for a period of time before I completely close everything up and finish condensing my life down to that suitcase and backpack, and then I'll be done. I do admit that I will miss having so many tools at my hand and like right at my fingertips. So much infrastructure that I have here that is so handy that I've been building for the last decade or two. But the thing is, with Bitcoins, the way they are going, when I do eventually return to the country and probably maybe get an acre or two somewhere, when I eventually do that, I should probably be so freaking crazy stinking rich that that money won't be really a problem. I'll be able to just buy, I'll have a whole list of things. I'll just buy the whole shitaroo. Tools, yard tools. I'll immediately get another one of these steel combi system power things. The motor's on one side and it has all kinds of cool attachments like weed eater and hedge trimmer, all that good stuff. That is a highly cool device. Little chainsaw. Yeah, good times. So this is just sort of a channel update. I'm actually halfway healthy again. I'm pretty functional. So now I've just been limping along with that nasty freaking cold and the flu for like a month. It has really sucked. So but now I'm back, and I'll be able to make a little bit more progress on this thing, and I'll start getting rid of stuff like possibly the lawnmower. I probably don't need that right away. I'll keep the ox, the riding lawnmower, and that'll keep the most of the lawn knocked down, and then I'll just be getting rid of everything. So yeah, and then it'll be time for me to get on a plane with a suitcase and a backpack and go. I'll have everything digitized, pretty much everything as far as like family photos and videos and whatnot. I've got it all in encrypted archives so that I can, so that it's like safe. I have all those pictures and everything and old home movies all distributed throughout the family. So if I lose my copy, they've got all theirs. And there's only one thing I still need to do, and that's get an old VHS tape of all of our old family home movies from like the 1960s, and get all of that moved over to MP3 or MP4 or whatever, and distribute that out as well. And then everything I have will be digital. I won't need to worry about my old Saudi Arabian, Iraq photo album from the army, because all of that is just digitized, and I'll just take it all and either give it away to a family member or dump it in the trash. Because I have the copies that I have, the digitized copies, are already less faded than the actual photographs. Those Polaroids were not meant to last like decades and decades. They are breaking down and getting old. just like everything else. Yeah, I'll probably put that garden, that little, probably this thing, as well as that little garden platform that I made when I was in the condo. I'll put all that on Craigslist. Get rid of that truck toolbox as well. I'm just going to be getting rid of freaking everything. And the less I have to deal with once it's time to move, the better. Okay, well that's about all I got for you. I'm just basically saying hello. And yeah, it's basically if I quit right now, I have enough cash to last me a long time. Especially if I move to Mexico, I could like live comfortably on like $1,200 a month over there. But man, if I stayed here in the States, I would probably have to pay that much just for medical insurance. Our freaking medical situation here in the States is just abominable. It's just designed to keep us all working and paying taxes and paying into the system when we could otherwise disconnect and become free, right? They just do not want that. So I think it's almost been designed to keep everybody stuck in the system instead of being free. It's really looking like it's deliberate. So basically, but overseas the expenses are just, the expenses for everything, but especially medical, are just light years lower. And anyway, when I do decide to come back, my income will be adjusted down to the point where I will effectively be low income. So while they gouge normal working people, right? If you're sort of outside the system and your income is registered as low, then you can get, they basically screw everybody who has anything, and then if you have nothing, then they give you a little discount on the Obamacare thing. So that would work sort of like catastrophic medical, I suppose. If I broke my shoulder or something, I would be able to get it fixed without going totally freaking bankrupt. There's a lot of deductions, deductibles, and co-pays and whatnot with Obamacare, but it would be better than nothing. And I could always conceivably consider, call myself bankrupt because a lot of my assets are not visible. So yeah, good times. So in any case, I'm just gonna keep putting this scooter together and get it ready probably in a day or two, and then pop it on Craigslist and get rid of it. That'll be one more thing out of my hair and out of the way, and I'll just keep whittling down everything that isn't nailed down while I also keep the ball rolling on selling the house. And I'm also dealing with my union and whatnot at work to try to get, I'm doing some paperwork to try to get my retirement locked in, so that in 11 years when I'm 65, I'll be able to collect it if there's anything like that still going by then. So, but I don't want to just abandon my pension that could be otherwise, could give me a couple $100 or a little bit more every month. So yeah, good times. I'll set it up. I'll take the time and get it locked down before I leave that job. Okay, guys. Well, that's about all I got. And don't get married.